Welcome back to the transfer show. Let's focus on Liverpool now, the biggest spenders so far in the summer window. Mark, I know there's a long, long way to go, many weeks in this transfer window, but so far, would you say Slot and Liverpool have won the window?
It certainly feels like it. Premier League champions, they were 10 points clear, most wins, most goals, best defence. They're the team to catch, they're the team to beat, and at the minute, everyone's lagging behind in the transfer market as well. Let's take a look at the business that Liverpool have done so far, because it has been absolutely outstanding. And the first thing you'd think is, this is targeted, this is structured, this is planned, this is coming from the top, and very clearly they had identified players and positions that they needed to strengthen, and they've done exactly that. So let's take a look. Obviously, the potential English record of Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen, done and dusted. Milos Kerkez, a player that Richard Hughes knows incredibly well. He signed him from Bournemouth as well. They went and activated that pursuit by getting that deal done for 40 million, inclusive of add-ons as well, which looks like extremely good business. You can see Jeremy Frimpong as well. That was a release clause of 35 million euros. That got done and dusted. And then Mamardashvili was actually signed last summer, but he went back out on loan, and now he's re-linking up with the squad as well. And then a couple of little pieces of business down the bottom there as well. Freddie Woodman joining this week on a free after his deal from Preston North End was sorted. So I think the key thing you see here, really...
Breaking Liverpool news. Virgil van Dijk says he's gutted over Wataru Endo's injury and reveals he suffered a similar setback himself. Plus, Liverpool are contacted over a potential $100 million blockbuster deal, and there's a big message sent to the club's bosses about the next captain. Stay tuned, Reds. You don't want to miss this one. Make sure to like and subscribe for daily Liverpool updates. Gutted, Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk gives Wataru Endo update. I had a similar injury. Virgil van Dijk says the entire Liverpool squad are gutted for Wataru Endo, as the midfielder faces up to what is feared will be a lengthy spell on the sidelines. Endo, who was making his just first Premier League start of the season, suffered a lower foot injury in last week's 1-0 win at Sunderland when clearing a dangerous cross in the second half. After initially trying to play on, the Japan captain was eventually forced off with the help of a stretcher, and head coach Arne has so far been unable to offer any real insight into the nature of the issue when asked during press conferences. Slot did at least indicate that there was a chance Endo could return before the end of the campaign on Saturday, but was coy when asked if the Samurai Blue skipper had broken his ankle. Reds captain Van Dijk says he and his teammates are hugely disappointed at seeing the popular Endo on the shelf for the foreseeable. It's a shame. We were all really gutted after the Sunderland game. I had a similar injury when I was at Southampton, a foot injury, and it's not an easy one to take. But we are here for him. We are going to be together with him all the way and support him with everything he needs. It's not great. He is such an important and respected member of the team. He's one of the leaders, and he always leads by example as well. On the pitch, he gives everything, and you saw that in the game. It's a big blow, but we have to deal with it, and we will. Hopefully, it's not going to take too long, but it looks like it will be a while. Speaking in his post-match press conference after Saturday's 3-0 FA Cup win over Brighton, Liverpool boss Slot said, "There is definitely a chance Endo can return before the end of the season, but he will be out for a while. We cannot say exactly how long yet. It's different with every injury. Sometimes you can make the diagnosis straight away. Sometimes you need a few more days to see how it develops, and the last thing is true for Wada. But he will not be in the squad next week, and he will not be in the squad next month. But we are hoping at the end of the season he has a chance to be with us again. But that also depends on the upcoming days. Is it broken? We don't know yet. That's the first lie I've made since I've been over here."
Liverpool contacted in first step towards mammoth €100 million deal. Liverpool have been contacted as the first step towards another major transfer. Things could develop from here. 2025 was a massive year for Liverpool on the transfer front. They spent an enormous amount of money and not on too many transfers. Really, they spent massively on a few. Hugo Ekitike arrived for around £80 million, but even that was dwarfed by two more attacking arrivals. Florian Wirtz became Liverpool's first nine-figure signing back at the start of June. He was followed by Alexander Isak, whose transfer would break the English transfer record. In all, those three transfers stand as the most expensive in Liverpool's history. A rebuild of the Reds' attack, but one that's not actually finished. The team needs a new winger, and potentially a very expensive one. That's why the club has been contacted about another big-money move: Liverpool and Nico Williams. Team Talk reports that Liverpool have been contacted about a move for Nico Williams. The Spain star only signed a new contract with Athletic Bilbao last summer, but it appears he could be on the move again in 2026. That deal came with a release clause, the report states, costing around €100 million. Williams may be willing to finally move in the summer should a team pay it, and Liverpool have been alerted. The suggestion there is that the winger would be open to a move to Anfield if they're also open to it. We imagine they would be. Liverpool needs a winger who offers drive and pace, having lost Luis Diaz in the summer without a replacement. Williams would certainly offer them that. In fact, he's just about the perfect option for what the Reds are chasing. Williams is a physical runner, but one who can offer both goals and assists. Moreover, he's been a part of a successful Spain side, proving he's the kind of player who can deliver towards major honors. This is firmly one to watch, then. Williams could be up for grabs, and at the ideal time for Liverpool. Liverpool star to finally say goodbye at end of season. The countdown has now started for one Liverpool star to say goodbye. He'll now almost certainly leave at the end of the season. This summer will naturally bring some major exits at Liverpool. The club's rebuild, which started in 2025 at a gigantic cost, must continue, especially after this season. The Reds put out over £400 million on new players, about half of which came from moving stars on. The spend was supposed to improve a title-winning squad, but things have instead moved backwards. The only real solution to that is more spending, or at least more transfers that fine-tune this squad into something that works better. It doesn't necessarily mean another massive outlay. What it does mean, though, is moving more players on to create room for arrivals. Federico Chiesa to leave Liverpool. Calciomercato reports that Federico Chiesa will say goodbye to Liverpool at the end of the season. It's not exactly a surprise, given his lack of minutes, but it appears everyone has decided to end the experiment. Chiesa arrived to some hype in August 2024 as a player who, if he put it all together, was going to be a star. Liverpool took essentially no risk in signing him, paying a mere £10 million for someone who was once valued at 10 times that. The first problem was that Chiesa simply wasn't fit. He'd missed pre-season at Juventus and wasn't able to get ready before the January following his arrival. By the time he was fit, Arne Slot had settled on his team and they were flying in the Premier League. Chiesa didn't get a look in, failing to start a league fixture before Liverpool had confirmed the title in April.
Virgil van Dijk sends clear message to Liverpool bosses over the club's next captain. Virgil van Dijk has 18 months left to run on his contract at Liverpool, but the Dutchman has already picked the player who could potentially succeed him once he decides to leave. Virgil van Dijk believes Dominik Szoboszlai could become Liverpool captain despite questions over his future. The Hungarian midfielder has been the Reds' star performer this season, having already scored 10 goals. Van Dijk has been Liverpool captain since 2023, but with just 18 months remaining on his contract at Anfield, thought is already turning to who could potentially be past the armband, and the defender believes that Szoboszlai could be a contender. He said, "Obviously he has been very good, also a player who I think can still make the next step in terms of being a leader for this team. It starts by leading by example, and that's something he has done so far this season, but also everything around it. There is still progress to be made, and that's a good thing in my opinion, so hopefully he will be very important for the years to come at Liverpool." Van Dijk's comments on Szoboszlai come when the midfielder's own future at Liverpool is up in the air. The former RB Leipzig midfielder has just 2 years left to run on his contract, while Hungary boss Marco Rossi has suggested that he is keen on a move to Real Madrid. He said, "Because of the very close and direct relationship I have with Dominik Szoboszlai since he started playing football as a child, Real Madrid has always been his dream. I don't know if he'll be able to take that step because the decision depends on him and also on his club." Despite those comments, Rossi has suggested that he could still see Szoboszlai committing his future to Liverpool. He added, "I absolutely don't rule out the possibility of him staying at Liverpool and renewing his contract there, especially because he's highly valued within the club." Szoboszlai's agent has also offered his take on the Liverpool man's future. Speaking to Hungarian publication NB1, Matthias Esterházy said, "It's completely normal for the public, when Dominik is performing like this, to talk about what's next and if there's something higher. So at the moment, to talk about what will happen in the summer, in my opinion, is not correct. Not to mention, Liverpool are one of the biggest clubs in the world, and Dominik is in a position within the team that has a lot of reserve, so we are not looking outside or elsewhere." Szoboszlai joined Liverpool from German side RB Leipzig in 2023, and he has gone on to score 25 goals in 129 appearances in all competitions.
Central defender confirms he wants to play for Liverpool as soon as possible. Liverpool defense has been the center of attention for the last few months. Many expected an addition in the winter window, with both Connor Bradley and Jeremy Frimpong out injured, but no reinforcements were added. The Reds did agree a deal to bring in Jeremy Jacket, one of Europe's most sought-after central defenders, in the summer. It appeared at the end of the transfer window that Arne Slot would have no choice but to use the limited options available to him already, but he may have been overlooking one player. Liverpool's academy has produced several excellent talents recently, and the solution to the Reds' defensive fragility may already be at the club. Liverpool academy defender confirms he's ready for first team. Speaking to the LFC Academy's social media team, central defender Carter Pennington has revealed his lofty aspirations for the rest of the campaign. When asked what he wanted to achieve by the end of the season, the 18-year-old replied, "Make my Liverpool debut." Pennington, who is already a regular for Liverpool's U21 side, has played 14 Premier League 2 matches this season and also played every minute of the Reds' UEFA Youth League campaign. The defender also represents England at U18 level, even captaining his country at youth level. When asked to describe his playing style in 3 words, the youngster replied, "Passionate, hard-working, winner." Pennington has already trained with Liverpool's first team on multiple occasions this season, and the defender's hard-working attitude and determination will surely land him an opportunity to shine on the biggest stage at some point. After joining his boyhood club at U7 level, it would be a great moment for both the 18-year-old and Liverpool supporters to see the young defender make a senior appearance for the Reds. If Liverpool's backline continues to be plagued by injury, Pennington could be the perfect option for Slot, and even if it doesn't come this season, it feels as though it is only a matter of time until he is handed his senior debut.